Back on the Columbia College Coaches Show here on MediaCom Channel 22, talking volleyball with head coach Melinda Washington. Final stretch of the regular season, a couple more conference games to go still. You got a home-and-home with Stevens College in Columbia. You got a visit to William Woods. That's always a packed gym for you there against the Owls. And then you've also got a trip to Kansas City in Park. Talk a little bit about those opponents in the AMC conference.
Good opponents. I think that Park is a team that, we'll see that they do have other international players. They have some more Brazilians on their team and a Canadian, so that matches up against our international roster. So they always play a little bit harder. Our girls always play a little bit harder. I think that should be a good match. William Woods is a great team, and they're very fundamentally sound serving and passing wise, and just keeping the ball in play, and playing in their gym's always difficult. They always have a nice, great crowd there that they're really loud, and the gym is significantly smaller than ours, so it's just a really different environment. We typically have had trouble serving balls out there, and just the depth perception in the gyms is just a little bit different than ours. So,
and they certainly came in and brought their A game at Southwell Complex, even though you beat them 3-0. They were, in every match and right there with you.
Yeah, they're a good team, and they've had some upsets this year. They've had some good wins, both in and out of the conference, and then they've had some losses that maybe shouldn't have happened. So on any given night, they might show up, and we may have to really play well to beat them.
And it's certainly one of those deals where you've got to keep everybody focused down the stretch. Yes, you've got a couple game cushion as far as the standings are concerned in the AMC conference, but one loss can really mess up a lot of scenarios for you guys.
Definitely so. The tournament at the end is all operates off of seeds. So the highest seed is going to host, and you definitely, going into the postseason, you want to be hosting those rounds, and highest seed hosts throughout the tournament. So hopefully we can maintain our high seed and keep hosting those matches as they roll. It's a Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday schedule for those playoff matches, and we definitely want to be at Columbia College in the Southwell Gymnasium.
Yeah, take a last chance to rest in the conference play before the national tournament, and we'll touch on that here in a second. But first, you've got a road trip to Michigan. It's a new tournament for you guys to travel to and play in. How long is the trip?
Around 10 and a half hours. It's going to be a long haul. We've been farther, on the bus, but it'll be a long haul. We're going to, take our time traveling up there and make sure that we get there early enough to get enough rest, and maybe get a jog in when we get there until our legs we don't have bus legs getting off the bus, and it'll be a good tournament. There's some good teams there. Madonna is a great team, and they're the host. We're going to be playing on their turf, so we're going to have to really be mentally prepared and take our scouting reports and watch some game film and be prepared.
Well, and here you come walking into this tournament with that big number 6 in front of you, and that puts another bullseye like we've talked about earlier in this show, where other teams start looking and they see that CC coming, and that's their season. Knock off a top 10 team like that, it can be a big deal for them.
And it's a great shot for Madonna, and these schools are a little bit different in that we don't know a whole lot about them. They haven't really played outside of their region too much. We played Bellevue there as well, who has played Lindenwood, so we know a little bit about Bellevue. But as far as Madonna, their schedule, I was looking down their schedule to try and get scouting reports together, and it's been really difficult to get a good scouting report and find somebody that they've played that we're familiar with.
And as far as not looking too far ahead, the national tournament situation, obviously if you take care of business in conference and you win the conference tournament, that gets you an automatic bid into that national tournament of top 24 teams. And that's back in Sioux City, Iowa, is that correct?
It is, and it's at the Tyson Events Center there, and it's a really nice venue. I think that there's enough space. The court space is nice to be able to have 3 full courts, and it's a good playing facility, and I think that they've got sport court laid down on each court, and we're excited. I think that our core is familiar with the facility, which really helps us and gives us a little bit of an advantage as well.
And that's those dates are coming very soon. The full schedule of events online at ColumbiaCougars.com. We'll have our player guests coming up for you next. It's Columbia College Coaches Show here on MediaCom Channel 22.